Okay, welcome to the pre-show. Let's see what else. I think that's about it. Well, shalom, everybody. Yeah. Okay, so I'm kind of not ready for all this, but in honor of Christopher Sign and his memory, I am like determined. Today is the day. I'm going to start reading Secret on the Tarmac. You can buy it on his website, www.christophersign.com, all one word, lowercase. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the preface, preface, and maybe that's all I'll read right now. I wanted to go in Discord and do like a live thing, but I don't think many people nobody will be watching anyway. So my intent is I'm just gonna put this on YouTube and share it out. You guys really got to read this book. I've been kind of, I guess for the last couple days since I heard the news, kind of holding out hope, like, okay, maybe he faked his death. You know, it's a possibility, right? And of course I'm thinking like, okay, he's probably working on something else, because if you read this book, you're like, whoa, how did he get that information? Who was this anonymous source that tipped him off? And so you're thinking, well, maybe that's what was going on right now, and that's why they suicided him. I heard somebody else say, well, the Clintons finally got to him. They were, ticked off because of Secret on the Tarmac and all that. And finally, I'm like, yeah, I guess that's a possibility. But it's like, why spend all that money on a hitman? And the possibility that you're gonna, be found out unless it's like pretty important. See, this thing, okay, this whole debacle, they kind of swept it under the rug. Who talks about the Tarmac anymore? Nobody, right? Where's my little, yeah. So, it you guys remember this cartoon? That's my little bookmark. Okay, the little Loretta Lynch, Bill Clinton cartoon. Anyway, I don't know. I see it as like, okay, they swept it under the rug. It's not a big deal. Why suicide him over this? He must have been onto something new. Now, speculation, I know. Anyway, I think I just want to read the preface. The preface? I feel English when I say that. The preface. I did want to do an audio book kind of thing in like Discord, or I'm not opposed to going live on I have a channel on Vaughn Live, which I never use. I just like to help people click buttons. But I really, like I said, I don't know, I guess I'm going around in circles. I really want you guys to read his book and kind of get familiar with all the details. Okay, so here is the preface. Secret on the Tarmac. Silence speaks volumes. The minute I had it confirmed, everything seemed to go silent. I knew Bill Clinton and Loretta Lynch met privately. I knew it was supposed to be a secret, and I knew at the moment the phone stopped ringing and emails stopped coming that I had it all. The silence was validation. As a journalist, when things go quiet, you're onto something. It's during the quiet moments when people like Loretta Lynch are anything but silent. Behind closed doors, her crew was scrambling. The Attorney General was angry, and a public relations army was in their virtual war room, spinning a web of email chains to combat my story. What I didn't know was the Department of Justice was tipped off. I was prepared to go with the story and the inner workings of Washington, D.C. Oh, I'm sorry. I was prepared to go with the story, and the inner workings of Washington, D.C. playmakers were preparing their own offensive strike. The strike would come across as a soft-spoken, charismatic explanation that the secret meeting between... I'm on the air, Dak. Sorry. The strike would come across as a soft-spoken, charismatic explanation that the secret meeting between two powerful people with their finger on the pulse of America was nothing more than a conversation two neighbors would have in the produce section near the bananas in a grocery store. This meeting may have touched on the subjects of grandkids and golf, but there was more. I'm sorry, I had to interject. I don't think they really... I think they cut down to brass tacks. They didn't want to get caught, and yeah, I don't think they had any conversation about their grandkids or golf. That's speculation again. Speculation. I don't want to... how are you... Yeah, whatever. Cut to the chase. Sources suggest the secret Tarmac meeting was no coincidence. It was planned and coordinated at the highest levels and executed beautifully. Except for one thing. Me. Meaning, not me. This guy. That guy. Nobody ever thought a local journalist would find out, much less go on the air with the big story with confidence. Confidence wasn't a problem for me. I was well groomed by my family, my coach, and my bosses. You need to get your ass kicked before you truly become confident, and you might say my butt has been bruised a lot. Nobody knows the secret Tarmac meeting as well as I do. That's a bold claim, but it's kind of true. Nobody knows the secret Tarmac meeting as well as Christopher Sign did. And this was a story I knew would leave some people bruised. I was surprised at who would walk away bruised, who would ignore me, and who would come to my side when I needed it the most. Little did I know playing football at the University of Alabama, that's going to be on the quiz later, would guide me in such a critical way. There's a bond and a brotherhood that speaks volumes in a simple handshake and hug. The bond that's built on the field sticks throughout life, no matter the school, right? I mean, you guys have played college ball, well, or high school football, or any team sport for that matter. But I mean, I don't know, there's just something about football. Few people know what events transpired after I broke the story. Amid threats, a team huddled around me. The team wasn't there to directly protect me, but there were many who watched and waited to step in when I needed them most. Former coaches, teammates, NFL Hall of Famers were there, yet others who I thought would be there vanished. Revealing the secret Tarmac meeting would impact an election, create a divide, and cause amnesia among very important, powerful, and influential players in the government and media. I never picked sides. I did my job. Some hated that. To understand how I learned of the moment Bill Clinton walked up the air stairs, leaving a mystery person to stand on the hot asphalt and onto Loretta Lynch's private government jet, you must also understand how I arrived at this very moment. I once had a corporate consultant jam into my head, moments, not minutes. Moments, not minutes. In a sense, she was right. There were several moments in my career that led me to the minute I told my bosses I was about to break a national story with a potential impact on a presidential election. It was a moment, all right, a moment in time that changed so much and revealed so much more. And revealed even more. The story is like an onion. Each layer reveals another layer, and along the way, you'll see much of it stinks. This is the true and verified story of the secret Tarmac meeting and the journalist who uncovered it. So that was the preface. Dak, you're so patient. Here's your frisbee. Always make that sound effect. Gotta do sound effects when you're throwing the frisbee. So anyway, that was the preface. And I hope to, maybe, I don't know, I would like to do more live. Hey, I'm happy to sit here and read, you know. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know why I'm pausing. I don't know. I guess I'm just thinking like, yeah. I could read it over again. I could read that book 50 times. Doesn't bother me. So like I said, there will be a quiz later. Christopher Sign attended the blank, fill in the blank. Can you tell I used to be a teacher? Anyway, okay, so I rambled on long enough. Dak's waiting for his ball. I mean his frisbee, his whatever, his toy. Look.